Taiwan has firmly rejected the idea of a 50-50 chip production deal with the United States, according to a senior negotiator involved in ongoing discussions between Taipei and Washington. The talks, which are part of wider efforts to strengthen cooperation in the global semiconductor supply chain, have revealed key differences in how both sides view the balance of responsibility and control in chip manufacturing. Semiconductors, often referred to as the new oil of the digital economy, are central to everything from smartphones and medical equipment to military defense systems and artificial intelligence. Taiwan, home to the world's largest contract chipmaker, TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, currently produces more than 60% of the world's advanced chips, making it an indispensable player in the industry. The United States, increasingly concerned about supply chain vulnerabilities, has sought to deepen cooperation with Taiwan as part of its strategy to reduce dependence on China and ensure resilience in critical technologies. A key component of this effort has been encouraging Taiwan's leading companies, particularly TSMC, to expand production facilities on American soil. However, the idea of a 50-50 production deal, which would see chip-making capacity equally divided between Taiwan and the US, has been met with strong opposition from Taipei. Taiwan cannot accept such an arrangement, as it would compromise our strategic advantage and weaken our role in the global semiconductor market, the negotiator stated. He emphasized that while Taiwan is willing to support diversification, it cannot allow a deal that risks hollowing out its domestic industry. For Taiwan, semiconductors are not only an economic pillar but also a strategic safeguard. The so-called Silicon Shield argument suggests that Taiwan's dominance in chip manufacturing acts as a deterrent against potential aggression, since the world, including the US, Europe, and even China, relies heavily on its production. Diluting this dominance could, many in Taipei argue, undermine Taiwan's security. The US, on the other hand, argues that greater domestic production capacity is essential to protect national security, ensure supply chain stability, and prevent technological dependency on foreign soil. The CHIPS and Science Act, passed in 2022, provides billions in subsidies to incentivize companies like TSMC, Samsung, and Intel to expand manufacturing facilities in America. TSMC is already building advanced plants in Arizona, but US policymakers are pressing for a deeper commitment. Industry experts suggest that Washington's insistence on a more balanced production share reflects fears of over-reliance on a region vulnerable to geopolitical tensions. The US wants to ensure that, in the event of a crisis in the Taiwan Strait, global chip supply will not be paralyzed, said an analyst at a Washington-based think tank. Yet, Taiwan remains cautious. Officials worry that agreeing to an even split could lead to an erosion of its industrial ecosystem, which is tightly clustered around local suppliers, engineers, and R&D networks. You cannot simply copy and paste Taiwan's chip industry into another country, one executive said, pointing to the decades of expertise and infrastructure behind TSMC's success. For now, negotiations are expected to continue, but both sides appear to be standing firm. Washington seeks greater independence in critical technology, while Taipei aims to protect its dominance and national security. Analysts believe a compromise may eventually emerge, perhaps in the form of joint ventures, technology sharing, or targeted capacity building in the US, without dismantling Taiwan's overwhelming edge. This disagreement highlights the delicate balance between economic cooperation and strategic competition in the global semiconductor race. As tensions with China intensify and technological supremacy becomes ever more crucial, the outcome of these negotiations could shape not only Taiwan-US relations but also the future of the global tech landscape.